Okay, we are at our science, right, computer science. But this round, we are going to look at the CPU component and the processor's calculation based on a question that is actually given. Right, so we're going to use a question, all right, later on, and work on this question itself. So here is a question. It has two parts, but let's read the question first. So in an advertisement for a laptop computer, the system is described as 4 GB, 1 TB, and 1.7 GHz, which is gigahertz. Alright, so part A, which three components are being referred here? So of course, quite direct, is these three. Right, the one we have numbers. Most students have no problem here. And the part B, calculate the minimum time period that could separate successive activity on this system. Alright, now if you want to give yourself some time to work out this question, I would suggest you actually pause the video. Alright, because in a short while I will actually go through the answer itself. We have three components. Okay, so I've given the answer here, but let's work it out. Okay, now one of the component is very different from the rest. This one is 1 gig, alright, hertz, 1 tera, and this is 1 gigahertz. So it's quite obvious that this actually refer to the processor. Okay, so once I have the answer to the processor, I only left these two. Then of course, which one is actually bigger? Alright, of course, TB is bigger than gigabyte. Alright, so then the larger one is most likely the hard disk, and the slightly smaller one will be the memory. So this will solve the part A. Okay, but it is the part B that most students will have problem. So let's have a quick look at how part B is solved. Now, if you look at part B, okay, calculate the minimum time period. Okay, this has something to do with the clock cycle, which is the 1.7 gigahertz. Okay, so when you say gigahertz, HZ, or hertz, is actually a measure of 1 second. So 1.7 gigahertz is actually 1 second. I can run 1.7 billion, alright, 1.7 billion cycle. Okay, so in 1 second, so 1 second over 1.7 billion. Okay, and if you punch this into your calculator, alright, if you're using a scientific calculator, you will get 5.88, or some students may round it up to 5.9, right, times 10 to the power of minus 10. So it's actually very, very, very small, right, second. Okay, so this is derived from here, right, derived from the processor speed.